please. I just want to be played.
You stop right there, criminal scum!
Nobody has popular opinions on my watch. I'm confiscating your unpopular opinion. Now watch this video
Or it's off to jail.
I asked and you delivered.
And then I went through and I looked at all the answers, determined which ones were truly unpopular, wrote the script, recorded myself reading the script, edited it, posted it.
And, well, here we are.
Magic of editing.
Shout out to some of the more popular, unpopular opinions. I see you and agree. The first one we're going to be looking at would be for seasons. I think most of us can agree that weather and seasons should really be a base game feature in a life simulation game. However, it seems like a lot of people actually don't like the weather. Period. Full stop. They don't like it when their sims are in various weather conditions. They don't like the weather effects. They don't like it how they spend so much time landscaping just for it to be dead half the time. I gotta ask, for everyone who doesn't like the weather, where do you live in the world? What's the weather like where you're from? I just experienced a snowstorm, a rather pathetic one. If I'm being honest, it barely snowed, but there was some snow. So for me personally, I guess I kind of like the realism that the seasons bring to my game. Although most of the time I have the weather effects disabled, so I don't like it 110%. I do like seeing them experience the 4 seasons that I'm forced to experience in real life. It just makes me wonder, for all of you season haters, where do you live?
Ooh! The adult life stage.
Let's get one thing straight. Adulting sucks. No matter if it's in a game or sometimes in real life. You'd imagine with the amount of stuff that they put into the game for the young adult and adult life stage, that it would be the most popular life stage. And it probably is. But there are some simmers out there who dislike it and find it boring. I mean, it is 3 different life stages, but you can do the same thing in all 3 and your character barely changes. Plus, you can really tack in the teen life stage to that as well, since the teens look exactly like the adults with a lot of the same options and all of the same cast options. I normally don't see people hating on the lifespans for being too long or too short. A lot of the time I see people recommending to others to switch up their lifespans to make their gameplay feel different. That's why it was a nice surprise to see some comments on our thread talking about lifespans. Personally, I don't play with aging turned on for my main saves, so this hasn't really been an issue for me. I can see how the long lifespan would be too long and the normal one would be too short. Nonetheless, a good solution to this problem would be having custom lifespans. Let the player control how long each life stage should be. Actually, let the player control the length of everything from lifespans to seasons to calendar years. I think that would be much appreciated, even if most of the players seem to be fine with the current lifespan length. In a short, I talked about how I disliked using the cat or dog hangout because the strays that show up make me feel sad since they're always sick or hungry. Almost every comment on the video, except for the comments like these ones, was about how people like these 2 traits and like curing the pets and having them around and adopting them. So in my mind, I kinda got convinced that I was the odd one out. There was something that I was missing and not fully appreciating from the cats and dogs gameplay. That's why I am happy to see that there are other people out there who have the same sort of opinion. I feel this. The pets are cute when they walk by, but they're a hassle when they're actually living with you. They're just not that fun to me. I find that having the mod to be able to play as the pet makes them a wee bit better, so I can understand why people are missing the ability to control them without using mods. And it kind of makes the gameplay easier and makes them a little bit less annoying. Let's all be honest here for a second. Pets are just as demanding as toddlers, if not more. I was pretty excited about the brand new romantic and sexual orientation, and I thought a lot of people were as well. On the other hand, it seems like some players didn't like it as much as I did, or thought they would. Although, now I can understand why. It makes it harder for players to find random sims for their sims. It seems like in every situation, the sim you're trying to be with isn't interested in you. Before the orientations, all sims were down for anything. Don't get me wrong, I want players to be able to create themselves and other people in The Sims 4 with correct romantic and sexual orientations, but now it seems like players have to always edit townies so they can partner up with them. I don't think there's a way to win with this situation, unless all townies are interested in anyone until they have a few romantic interactions. I don't know. I still think it's important to include the ability to choose orientation, but I can understand the frustration with the townies in trying to find a partner. Furthermore, there really isn't an attraction system. Your sim will be okay with being in a relationship with anyone, even if they have opposite traits. They're not more attracted to particular sims or anything like that. I do think the attraction system opinion is a popular one, since if you played Sims 2 or 3, they had something like that, and it was fun. So it kind of makes players miss that. I miss that. Something that made me interested in The Sims 4 back in 2014 was the style. As somebody who couldn't really get behind The Sims 3 and the aesthetic of The Sims 3, I was very pleased with the look of The Sims 4. I thought it was quite good looking. Nevertheless, I'm not surprised that almost 9 years later, people aren't enjoying it anymore. It's crazy to think that Sims 4 will be 9 this year. I still do believe that this is truly an unpopular opinion because I don't often see this online. If anyone complains about the look of a game, it's always about Sims 3 and sometimes 2. As UFO pointed out, the aesthetic and look can get quite boring if you don't own a bunch of packs and you can't mix and match them. It's the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over again, no matter if it's a build or a sim. Same face syndrome is a real thing. I never really thought of the fact that Sims 4 kinda looks like clay, but now that's all I will see when I look at it. Does everyone think this? Will everyone now think this? Maybe. It's sometimes surprising to see what things Simmers agree upon and what are actually unpopular opinions about Sims 4. It's nice to be able to read what other people feel or think about the game that, let's be honest, we've all spent way too much time playing or thinking about. Thank you for watching and for commenting all of your unpopular opinions. I really enjoyed reading through them all. Until next time, stay happy, healthy, and hydrated. Bye!